Man United player ratings: West Ham 0, Manchester United 3. We thank God for the gift of life. It's a Monday, 5th of February, and we're here to obviously take you to where you guys deserve to be. Thank you for the love, thank you for the views, thank you for the subscription, and I tell you, let's continue to obviously call in through more and more and more and more and more from you guys, because wherever you are, you guys are really the ones that are gonna hate to make us what we are onto this beautiful channel of ours. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Man United is now 6th onto the Premier League table. We are just 8 points off the 4th spot where Aston Villa is. And remember, our next game of football we are going to be playing is going to be away at Aston Villa, and we have to win. I tell you, if we want to obviously take ourselves into booking for the 4th spot to really compete for the Champions League football positions next season, then we need to obviously do it now. And this is the game that comes early, and Aston Villa, after that game, they'll be left with 14 games. We are left with 15 games now. Beat Aston Villa, they'll be left with 14 games, and that beating will obviously frustrate them, and they'll get to know that Man United is behind us and they're just 5 points behind us. So that is what you're supposed to do. Spurs 6 points behind us. All we need to do is to win our games, and the rest will be his. Remember, Aston Villa hasn't played against Arsenal, you know, at the Emirates. They haven't played against Liverpool. They haven't played against Man City. So they still have some 4-5 hard games for them to go, and there is Man United, meaning that we beat them and they get some other 2 beatings or draws, they'll be out of the picture. All we need is to continue putting in performances that are really well deserved, and Casemiro comes in through at a very good time. Let's go to the player ratings. Let's go to Andre Onana, keeping his 3rd clean sheet at Old Trafford this season in the Premier League, and he has gone ahead to come through the games of Luton Town, Wolverhampton Wanderers, and the game of West Ham. He gets a 7 out of 10 for me. 7.5 out of 10 for me. I think he really did a lot. He really did a lot in that game, and around the 11th minute, when it mattered most to keep United into the game, he did it very, very well, and he obviously went ahead to put up a very well deserved shift as a player for the club of Man United. 7.5 out of 10 for me. We go to Diego Dalot, one of the best performers for the club of Man United. If you've been following our last 6-7 games, Dalot has been one of the best players for the club of Manchester United, and yesterday he went ahead to silence everyone, because people have not gone ahead to see this guy defend, but he has been defending, though he hasn't gone ahead to make those last man blocks and interceptions, but he has been defending well in the middle of the park and in the wide areas and the far post. But yesterday you saw him on that header that was misread by Harry Maguire when he went in through and obviously late it pass, and Gerard Bowen burst into space. Dalot tracked back very well and blocked that shot of the man called Gerard Bowen that maybe wouldn't have gone ahead to obviously be saved by Andre Onana to make it 2-1 for West Ham. And West Ham coming 2-1 with close to 70 minutes to play would have gone ahead to really be a very hard game for the club of Man United. But Dalot, for me, 8.5 out of 10. That is it. He really played very well. Luke Shaw on the left back for the club of Man United. He once again had a very beautiful game, but I never liked his offensive play. That is it. Defensively he was solid, but his offensive play was really lacking, very, very lacking, and I really believe he ups his game. You know, I don't know whether it was a plan of Erik ten Hag, because he knew how tough Mohamed Kudus could utilize that space behind Luke Shaw if at all he went ahead to overlap, and he never really went ahead to obviously get tracked back or really covered up, and he told him go up there sparingly such that Marcus Rashford should obviously do the needful. And for Marcus Rashford also, he tracked back very well, and I think they made life hard for Mohamed Kudus. It shows you exactly why we conceded 2 goals when we're playing away at the London Stadium. All those 2 goals were, first and foremost, Garnacho dropping off and not tracking up to the byline, because if you're a fullback, you're supposed to track back until the byline, you know, because the job is not yet done until you really get back that ball. Then after that, there is another there is another Scott McTominay goal where he really let this guy really pass, and Kobe Mainoo went ahead to obviously have a very bad day on the match. But sure, 7 out of 10. We go to Harry Maguire. I'm going to get him a 6 out of 10. I think he really gifted West Ham twice. And that's why we've come here on several occasions and said this guy is not really ready to be the player at Man United. And with the injury of Lisandro Martinez coming in through, I really feel very, very perturbed with the coming in through of Harry Maguire. But Lindelof is back. I don't know how the manager is going to really take it up, but it would have been in better terms not to have this guy with us. That is Harry Maguire, but you have nothing to do right about now. So Maguire, 6 out of 10. Lisandro Martinez, I'm going to get him a 9. A 9 out of 10. He was one of the best performers, and I believe at halftime, he was the man of the match. That is it. He was the man of the match, and it's bad that he went ahead, obviously, see himself get that injury, but he was really one of the best players on the field of play into that entire game, and I think he really deserves that 9 out of 10. And that shows you exactly why Ten Hag has always gone ahead to come in through and really cried for him to be here. Sorry about that. That shows you exactly why Ten Hag is going to hate to cry for him to be here and really call for his services, because the more he obviously gets going, the more he obviously benefits the team. 9 out of 10. We await to see the assessment from the side of Man United, and I know mid this week we'll be getting a full breakdown on whether he's going to be up or not. Then we go to Casemiro with an assist. You people, I've seen United fans come and slag off Casemiro, slate him. He should leave the club of Manchester United. You people, there is no shop where experience is bought. Now, look at that first goal. It's courtesy of his experience. Tell me an interception that we had in that midfield when Casemiro was nowhere to be seen. He's a very good game reader. He risks, and he went ahead to really go ahead and really put in that tackle, and it resulted into an assist. Now, we all know by the time he left, he had 4 goals, and now he has gone ahead to add an assist onto that. And that's the beauty of Casemiro. You saw how he really waved off Garnacho. I think there was a certain time he waved him off, and we never went ahead to score, but he created a very good chance. And his ball distribution is really elite. His one football passing is really out of this world, and that's what you get when you're having an experienced player like Casemiro. You see to it that there is a very good communication between him and Lisandro Martinez. They trust each other, and with this boy behind them, all alongside them, that is Kobe Mainoo, we are really in safe hands, and I really believe a lot is going to be put into play. So I'm giving Casemiro an 8.5 out of 10. That's what I'm giving Casemiro. Kobe Mainoo, guys, this guy is really good, and every other day that passes by, he continues to show us that he's really great. 83% passing accuracy, 36 touches, 25 out of 30 passes completed, 3 ground duels won, 2 out of 3 tackles won, 2 dribbles, 2 ball recoveries. Another exciting show. Now, I've seen people slating the manager that, why did you have to take off this guy? I told them that they took him off because of a reason. That is it. He has been playing in the week. He played on Sunday, then he played in the midweek on Thursday, and he rested for Friday, Saturday, and on Sunday he was in action, meaning that those minutes were enough for him, because you need to manage him better. As we go out to play against Aston Villa, you wouldn't like to see to it that you miss out on a player like him. So for me, he takes what we call an 8 out of 10 for me. That is Kobe Mainoo. And I don't know why people think that every player has to be playing 90 minutes. It's written nowhere that a player has to be playing 90 minutes. And this boy needs to be managed better. Remember the injury he got when he was in America, the preseason. When he gets another injury, that might obviously torment his brain, and he won't even get us the best that we really see out of him. So we need to manage him better. The beauty of that was that the game was 2-0. And all he needed was getting Scott McTominay, and Scott McTominay came in through and really got himself an assist. The previous game he had a goal, and then he comes in through to get an assist, meaning that the manager was right. So we would all like to see Kobe Mainoo play 90 minutes. But when the game is when you're 2 goals up here at Old Trafford, why do you have to keep him on? But remember, we were 3-2 down at Newport and left him and played 90 minutes. In the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers, he knew to it that he needed him, and he left him on the pitch to really get us to where he deserved to be. But 8 out of 10 for Kobe Mainoo for me. Bruno Fernandes, yet again with an assist. He had an assist in the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers, and I was going to hit to register another assist in this game. This is where I want Bruno Fernandes. And he saw to it that he never went for any worldly, any Hollywood pass. He really had the perfect composure, and that's where I want to see Bruno Fernandes. That look at our forwards and really release them. That's what I want to see, and I would call for that day in, day out from him. So Bruno Fernandes, 8.5 out of 10. That's what he gets out of me from me, because I believe he is doing wonders right now at the club of Manchester United, and that's the Bruno I want. That's the Bruno I want. If Bruno can play like that, I can pick him ahead of Kevin De Bruyne and Odegaard. But if he cannot obviously play like that, he comes third. He's third fiddle. So for him to be first fiddle, he has to continue to give us such performances, finding that pass, for either Marcus Rashford, Garnacho, Rasmus Hojlund, and very many others. So for me, he gets an 8.5 out of 10. We go to Marcus Rashford. He's getting a 7 out of 10. The hugest positive, I saw him fighting. You saw him track back, helping Luke Shaw, fighting for the ball, and really making runs. I really felt like he would have gone ahead to get a goal if at all he really had more composure, but he lacked composure. That's why he went ahead to miss out onto those goals. But I believe that fighting he puts up on the field of play, tracking back, and obviously putting United where it deserves to be, that's really great. He never scored yesterday, but I know this is going to increase his hunger when you're playing against Aston Villa on Sunday. That's what I really believe, and I know it's going to really happen like that. So Rashford, 7 out of 10 for me. We go to Alejandro Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho scoring 2 goals, is really something great. And I went ahead to see Statman Dev already putting up his stats in there, and he said 81% passing accuracy for Alejandro Garnacho, 44 touches, 21 out of 26 passes completed, 10 out of 14 final third passes completed, 4 grand duels won, 3 dribbles, 3 key passes, 2 crosses completed, and 2 goals. Meaning that ever since he went ahead to play onto the right side, Garnacho has gone ahead to get involved in very many goals for the club of Manchester United, and he takes his tally of the season to 7. As I told you, there are 4 players that can hit 20 goals this season: Rasmus Hojlund, Garnacho, Bruno Fernandes, and Marcus Rashford. And when you look at all of them, they are not far off from obviously getting there. I know a time is going to come for Rashford to score a hat-trick. Rasmus will get a hat-trick, and Garnacho will get a hat-trick. Even Bruno can get a hat-trick. On a good day, he can do that. So Garnacho, I get him a 9 out of 10 because of his performance. Going forward, he was unselfish, and he really tracked back. There was a moment I saw him really clearing off, coming to defend, and stopped Emerson Palmieri from hitting that ball from a cross that had come deep from the left side of the pitch. 9 out of 10 for me. Then we go to Rasmus Hojlund, scoring in his 4th consecutive game in the Premier League. What a way to come up and really put up that performance. I loved it. I loved it, as I told you in the match reaction, that he is now the youngest player to score in 4 consecutive games for the club of Manchester United. And he's gonna do it again in the 50th game. Against Aston Villa, he has his goal. He has his goal because his confidence is really huge. I think this is his first goal to score outside the 10-yard box area. Most of the goals I've gone ahead to see him score have been into the penalty box area. But this time around, he has gone ahead to score his first goal out of the 10-yard box area. He has shown us that he can even use his weak foot to score. So Rasmus Hojlund, we call for more from you. So Rasmus Hojlund, he gets an 8.5 out of 10. Then we go to the other man who goes by the names of Anthony. 5.5 out of 10, coming off the bench, no impression. Scott McTominay, he takes a 7 out of 10, comes up, puts up an assist. The way he fights for that ball with Bruno Fernandes, and they really win it over Calvin Phillips to release Alejandro Garnacho to make it 3-0. That was really very, very important to note, and it's really great. So I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. Lindelof, 7 out of 10, returning from injury, and he really played very well, closed down that side of Luke Shaw as a left back. It was really very important to see. Then who else came on through? Rafael Varane came in through, 7 out of 10, solid in that central defense, and his game reading is really epic. Who else? I think those are the substitutions that Ten Hag went ahead to make, because we had 5 of those. So that's what I had for you. The manager, 7.5 out of 10, and my man of the match is Garnacho. But if anyone gives it to Lisandro Martinez, I'm not going to complain, but Garnacho deserved to take it home. A brace for a win at Old Trafford, that is really great, and we just have to get charged up for the side of West Ham. And I know the players of Man United are going to rest on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. They return to team training and they prepare for the game of Aston Villa. So that's what I had for you, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum, the Christians. We cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. I'm out.